Hello, this is Father Louis Scurti once again with Carmela Scurti, our 90-year-old cousin from South Jersey, all of South Jersey, because her kids are spread out all of throughout South Jersey, and I'm the North Jersey cousin. And for the last episodes, Carmela has been sharing with us memories of family, love, life, and God. And now I have a question for her. What legacy would you like to pass on to your grandchildren and great-grandchildren?
Your faith, first of all. You've got to have faith. You've got to believe. And the importance of family. Keep that little family together. Start when they're very, very young. And it's a lot of work. And it costs a lot of money. And the kids wreck the house. You know, there's food all over the place. And let me tell you, it's worth every moment, every minute. And I did it year after year, and I knew what was going to happen. But in our home, we've had up to, and please, folks, don't think you have to do this. We've had 100 people assembled. I mean, if you were a widow, you could bring a friend, or you had a widowed mother. Like, we always had extra people besides our families, you know. Right. And that went on for 42 years. All the 7 fish on Christmas Eve. Easter Sunday was glorious. We celebrated weddings at our home. Their homes were too little. We've had bridal showers, baby showers, engagement showers. Of course, I have to thank Linda. She planned it all and probably paid for it all, you know. But I was in charge of just getting things together, which was no problem because I love moving things around and preparing. For Easter, for instance, I used to start 2 weeks ahead of time. I would move my furniture out of my living room, shove it all back in my bedroom, sofas, chairs, everything. And then I would set up the tables. I would have maybe 25 in the living room, 20 in another room, about 12 in the kitchen. But we had a seat for everyone. All the tables were set up a week ahead of time. I did it. I could do that then. But I absolutely, I'm saying I. But this was my life. Everybody tells me I'm crazy, but I'm crazy happy, trust me. You know, and I can still do that. I can still do that. I absolutely loved it.
And you do, and you still do it, and you are still the gathering force.
Like, he showed me ways, even with, as I spoke earlier about my husband having a stroke at age 43, and I wasn't prepared to go to the outside to work. That wasn't what I was trained in. But when I went to school, I did learn how to sew. So my daughter said to me, "Mommy, why don't you start a sewing business?" And she printed up the cards for me. And for the next 17 years, I was able to stay home with my children because Johnny, he was about 5 years old when his daddy had the stroke. I didn't have to worry about them, and I got him off to school. I could do all my regular chores, and when I put them to bed, then I would go upstairs, and I would sew during the day while they were in school, and then I would sew till maybe 2 o'clock in the morning. But I still had got enough sleep, you know, because I could just leave stuff there.
And that sewing room eventually became my bedroom, right?
Huh?
That sewing room.
Yeah, oh yeah, I should do wedding gowns, and, you know, we had hooks in the ceiling where all the gowns were hanging, you know, but that was my therapy. That was my salvation, because I was doing something that I learned as a child in school in Philadelphia. They taught you to sew on a power machine, and I loved it. I didn't have to think a lot about, because I was so busy. But I loved the sewing machine. I loved sewing. And my nephew was a police officer, and he was on night duty. He said, "I would see your little light burning up there." He said, "It was a happy little light," he told me. That was Larry Walsh, God bless him. Yeah. Now he's a retired grandfather in Florida. Love that kid. Love him. Mm-hmm.
That's great. Mm-hmm. And as I said, that room became my bedroom.
That room became your bedroom. That's right. It did. Yeah.
And I think I bumped Johnny and Jamie out eventually.
That was so funny. How did we do it, Lou? One bathroom.
Yes.
One little bathroom. I know Jim used to get up 4:30 before he went to work so he could use the bathroom before the onslaught, you know.
Do you remember the time you were going to a wedding? I had taken a shower and I left.
Oh, my hairdo. My hairdo. Yeah, I turned the water on and the shower was on. I didn't know it. Yeah. Thank you, Louis.
And from downstairs, I heard her echo.
Who left the shower on? Yeah.
But it was a fun home, and it still is. I mean, Johnny and Linda often. I mean, the other kids too, but often come to North Jersey now and bring your spirit and your.
I feel like I feel our home was blessed. I felt like it was a happy place, and the reason I say that, like I always thought so, I befriended a young couple. He was in the hospital, and I was a Eucharistic minister at the time, and giving him communion, and I talked about his family, and he said, you know, my wife doesn't have a car. You know, she has 3 little children. They live back in the apartments back in Clementon, you know, and so I asked him where she lives. So when I left, I went and got her. All the kids, put them outside the window, and brought her, and I've got to know Susan, you know, and they were very poor. So St. Vincent de Paul took care of them, got them furniture for the house, and it was something Terry and I did together. We went in, we helped her clean, set everything up. We got them a chair like it's set. St. Vincent de Paul, they delivered them, you know. So these little things are like our Lord places, and we can say we're too busy, but you're never too busy. God doesn't give us more than we can handle. It's when we say no that it becomes too tough to handle, because we're doing things our way and not His way, you know.
You think you did it His way?
Like I know I'm talking about this and that, but the little things that come up in my life that happen, and I just see the greater blessing in my life, seriously. And I know I've been blessed. I've been blessed with years of life. You know, why, I don't know. My friends have all died. My family's gone, you know, all but my baby brother, Charlie. And he says, you know, Carmie, he said, if you die, he said, I will have no place to go. And I said to him, who said I'm dying first?
At
about it.
At Carmela's 90th birthday party that was coordinated primarily by Linda. She's the pretty much the head of the family after Carmela. Linda announced that, look around, not one person said no to this 90th birthday party. How many people did you have at that party? Do you remember?
150.
Not one person said no. Of course, being the businesswoman that she is, Linda also said, okay, this is the repast, so don't think when she goes there's going to be another party.
Yeah. This is her luncheon. That was so funny.
But that's something that you all have. You have a sense of humor.
Yeah. It's dark humor.
Yeah.
It is. It's dark humor, but yeah, all the kids have it.
Yeah, I know.
And you know who the funniest one is? Phyllis.
Yes.
I mean, she just has this dry sense. And Jim, oh my God, Jim was really funny. I'll tell you.
I remember one time he said to me, because of this devil of a car that I had, when you go to Jersey City, tell your father your car needs oil. He would tell me, talk like that. That's okay. So I was in Jersey City, and I said, oh, Jim said I need oil. Oh, so my father put a case of oil, car oil, in the trunk of my car. So I needed oil and bring it to South Jersey.
Cooking oil.
Yeah, no, it was car oil, but a case of it. So about a week later, because Jim used to check my car on Saturdays, he would go out and check the oil and all the gas and all that stuff. He comes in and with a mouthful of profanity, he says, didn't I tell you to tell your father to put oil in the car? I said, yeah, he put a trunk in the, the trunk is full, but there's a case back there. He said, you stupid, that blah, blah, blah.
Blah, blah, I know, yeah. I'll tell you one thing, it's kind of hard to believe. Like, I have a big mouth.
No.
And and I used to run my mouth off, and I wouldn't stop. But the strange thing with my husband, like, Jim never argued. I don't think my kids can remember my husband ever arguing back with me. He would just listen to me. And when I finished arguing, he would say to me, don't your teeth hurt you? I swear. That's what don't your teeth hurt you? I mean, that was his retort. Smart man he was. He really was. I would get mad at him because he wouldn't come back at me, I really had a big mouth, and I was like, if I was busy, like something didn't go my way, I would be, running it off, But I'll tell you, all summer long, I always knew what time it was. I was a gardener. I loved my garden. And when it was planting time, I'd go out 5 o'clock in the morning, and Jim would say, he'd open the door, Carm, do you know it's 8 o'clock? Yeah, don't worry, Jim. Carm, do you know it's lunchtime? I always knew what time it was. I wouldn't stop. I wouldn't stop. Maybe run to the bathroom or get a drink of water or something. And I would work. And he would say, Carm, you know it's dark out here? But that's what I did.
You had a great garden.
Yeah, I loved my garden. That was my vacation. That was my getaway out there in the dirt. I loved it. Absolutely loved it. Mm-hmm.
And you've planted many wonderful memories.
Yeah.
Thank you so much. I appreciate your being here with us.
Having you, you were a blessing in our lives too.
Thank you.
God bless.
This has been Father Louis Scurti with a wonderful matriarch of the Scurti clan, Carmela Scurti, celebrating her 90th plus year and sharing with you thoughts that are happy, real, and significant. God bless you. Thank you.
People think that we're off the air now.
Okay.
Like, people think like everything was hunky-dory. We had a very difficult life. His sickness. But you can't go into that. It was 45 years of taking care of my husband. Like, we lost there was no more romance. It was gone. Let's face it. And then sometimes there was a time in my life I got like a little envious of my friends, and my daughter Linda she said, why are you so jealous of your friends? And I thought, am I jealous? Yeah, I was. They had happy, healthy husbands. They were going on trips and all. And one incident that happened, they were going on a cruise. Oh, God. I didn't have $500 for airfare. We didn't have money to spend. We just didn't have the money. So Dr. McNally said, Carm, he said, we want you and Jim to come with us. He said, I'm going to give you the money. He said, you can pay it back any way you want. I was so happy. I was a little reluctant because I thought, what the hell am I going to get $1,000 to pay this man back, or $500? We could get up $500, and he'd lend us $500, So, we had a wonderful, went to Bermuda. Oh my God, it was wonderful, Lou. It was the first time we had been away, We come home, we said, now we got to pay it back. Jim, where the hell are we going to get the money to pay it back, So it just so happened we had a gas leak on the front lawn, killed 3 trees. They paid us $500 for the trees. We got the money. You see?
God is in charge.
Didn't blow up my house, but it killed my trees.
Thank you for joining us.
I was on again?